Test, test. Put a one if you can hear me. Put a one. Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. We aren't affiliated with any other Israelite group, Christians, Muslims, or whatever the case may be. We are 1 West, and we're the home of the truth. If you even know a little bit about the truth, or just anything, you see signs outside, people going to camp, people talking about wearing fringes, even though they fake fringes, and all of this came from the Isupk. Started out in 1969. And today my topic, is the part two of Women Empowerment Month. I haven't really been hearing too much about women empowerment because everybody been in the uproar on behalf of this World War III. You don't hear about COVID. You don't hear about nothing right now. It's just like World War III took over everything. But I'm still going to do these duties for some of these people out here that's just ignorant to the fact that and don't care about anything but their self. Women empowerment movement haven't done anything for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian families at all whatsoever.
Right.
You got a European woman, which I'll get her name in a minute. A European woman by the name of Elizabeth Stanton, born in 1815 and died in 1902. She was actually the first one who wanted to conduct and start this whole women empowerment movement. But after she passed, it was like 8 or 9 other women who also done the same. But one of them I want to hit heavy on today. Her name was Audre Lorde, born in 1934 and died in 1992. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. But I just want to show sisters and also the brothers too, on behalf of the obstacles that oppressors set up amongst us. And we think those obstacles are not obstacles. Those so-called what would be the right word? Those so-called benefits or perks is going to help Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. All reality, it hurts us, and those women benefit off of women empowerment. Let me get that Ephesians 5:22, because a lot of sisters and a lot of brothers need to understand, and they also need to gather themselves together, like the scriptures say. Women empowerment isn't going to help our sisters at all, like at all. You know, sisters been doing this for months and months. They've been believing this for years and years, trying to do this for years and years. But just throughout the years, throughout the centuries and decades and things like that, you will clearly see that sisters are not benefiting, or they're not growing off of what they believe that's supposed to help them. The oppressors say you're going to get a 40 acres and a mule. Guess what we get? The prison systems and abortions. Then they say we getting 40 acres and a mule. Then guess what we get? Sisters getting raped and brothers getting, murdered. So every time they say we're getting benefits out of something, we get no benefits out of nothing. Only benefit that anybody is getting is the fact that they can watch Black, Hispanic, and Indian die and suffer. They get paid off of Black and browns to die and suffer. For us to fight, they get benefits. They get paid off it, and we don't get anything. We think we got this little piece of heaven when it comes to these checks, the unemployment, these stimulus check, PPP loan. All reality is just digging us a grave, our own grave, because the simple fact that we think that's Mr. Whitey, or that's whatever her name is. They're helping us. They're helping us benefit. All reality, look at us going now. After all this stimulus, COVID and stuff that was going on, they open up the world just a little bit. First thing black and brown men do and women do is run to the club. Thought y'all was scared of COVID. Y'all say, oh, the hell with the white man, or F the white man and Donald Trump and this, but the first thing they do is what? World War III going on, you go sign up to get a Challenger. Just like we was watching on YouTube the other day. The sister crying, didn't even know that's what she signed up for. But if you sign up for a war, and America been going to war with people for the beginning of the time, just because you ain't have nothing to do with that. You sign that paper right now, you had everything to do with what they had going in the past. Just like these Bloods and Crips. Bloods and Crips, half of them brothers don't even know each other. But just because the drama that went on back in the day, each Blood and each Crip that see each other is a personal beef just for some history they ain't had nothing going on with. But back to this Black women empowerment. Sisters, y'all really gotta understand, and I'm not knocking y'all at all. Yes, sisters, get a good paying job, get your education. You know what I'm saying? Know how to do something for yourself. But don't allow women empowerment to make it seem as if you're above your man or the next man, or you don't need a man for nothing, or you can do all things without a man, or a man don't serve you no purpose. It's fine to get an education, sis. We all want our sisters in mamas and aunts in the school to get their education. We want y'all to be the best women that the Lord set out for y'all to be, and the best women that you know you can be. But don't put yourself in a position to where you feel as if you're going to be the best on behalf of when it benefits you the most. Because again, if you fail those children, them children gonna fail the next set of children. Right. And if you failing them children, you failing me. Just like if I'm allowing you to go do whatever you're doing, I'm failing you and I'm failing them children. We all got to work together. Ain't nobody going to save us. But you got that out?
Cut on cut. Ephesians 5:22. Mm-hmm. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Wives, submit yourself to your own husband. Sis, if this man is telling you something that could potentially help, that's going to help you. If he's a righteous brother that's going to help you, just be quiet and listen. Be quiet and listen. And yes, I know some of these sisters go through a lot of hell out here in the world and things like that. And y'all say men are dogs, this and that, blase, bam, bam, bam. But if somebody is telling you and he's a man that has more wisdom than you, listen to him. Listen. And especially if he's your husband, listen to him. If you don't want to listen to him, you should never lay it down with him. If you want to leave that man just because you don't want to listen, just make sure the next guy you meet, you don't lay down with him. Because you're hard of hearing. You don't want to listen to nobody. Especially when it comes to submitting to authority. Go ahead.
Submit yourselves unto your own husband.
Submit yourself to your own husband. To your own husband. Submit. That means conform to authority. You have an overhead. You have to listen to overhead. Everything come down here. When the father come home and he give order, he wonder why the house ain't clean. Yeah, them kids gonna hit. But first he gonna come to you, and then you gonna get on them kids behind. Everybody in the house, they behind on fire now. They in trouble. Go ahead.
As unto the Lord.
As unto the Lord. If you submit yourself to your husband as it feels the Lord. A lot of y'all women out here say, "Oh, God this and God that. I'll do anything for my Lord and my Jesus Christ, this and that." The same way you'll do anything for your Lord, your Jesus Christ, do the same thing for your husband. You won't give the Lord no back talk? Stop giving your husband back talk. Even though it's nature, stop giving him back talk. Go ahead.
Verse 23.
Oh, slide. But yeah, so stop giving all that back talk. Submit yourself to your husband. And it's not hard. Get that Proverbs 31:10. It is not hard. It's just America with this whole women empowerment make it seem like it's hard. Sis, you can empower yourself. You can have power, like I said, get that education, do this and do that. You can have that and still be a righteous sister and know how to shut the hell up when your husband talking to you. It's okay. It's okay. It's just like children out here. A lot of y'all kids ain't bad. It's just the kid, they still need more upbringing. Some kids just don't have any upbringing. That don't mean they a bad child. They just wasn't led or misled. So just listen to your husband. Listen to your husband. If it's a wise man above you that's telling you it don't matter if it's a best friend, take an ear. You don't have to listen. Just take an ear. Hear what he got going on, because since you don't know everything, just like we don't know everything, that's why we got wise men above us. A wise man who's seen it 1,000 times, seen 1,000 moons, who been through, who heard it, who counsel people 1,000 times.
Right.
You listen to them people. Them is the people that's gonna save your life. That's what. If you want real women empowerment, listen to somebody who trying to save your life, and watch how much stronger, more beautiful, and how much more you're gonna glow as a woman, because you don't have to go down that road to hell. You don't have to sit here and have that abortion, and you're on your 4th child. And brother, same thing with you. Listen to the brother above you. You know that woman got 4 kids. You don't have to go down that same route like the other 3 or 4 got on child support. Listen to the wise men above you. Got it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs 31, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? Before the whole women empowerment, I know it was hard to have a woman here. Look, I got 6 sisters. I'm the only boy. I got 6 sisters, and none of them listen. Not one. Not one. And if they do listen, that don't mean they're gonna take heed. They just listening just for the moment to see what they could get out of it and what they like. Who could find them? Who? It's already hard trying to find the one. Go ahead.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her price far above rubies. Keep going.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband, though safely, trusts in her.
Oh, Sluggy. Yeah, a virtuous woman. Sluggy. Yeah, who can find a virtuous woman? A woman with high standards. A woman with high standards already know is like, shoot, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Let me lean on my husband. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't feel secure making this decision. Let me lean on my husband. Now you won't lose money when it comes to your business. You know? Now you don't have to worry about who touching and groping your daughter, or which is your daughter out here twerking, or your son out here acting like that. Just a woman, a virtuous woman that has a high value. Right. She knows, she understands what's going on. A woman who thinks she is just think it's gonna be a woman who gonna cook and clean, and since it's more to just having sex, laying down, cooking and cleaning, it's way more to that as a woman. Those are perks, those are wonderful, but it's way more. Listening is one of the main keys. Let me at 1 Timothy 2:11. Listening is just one of the main keys. And I could probably speak for Dane and any brother. If us brothers could get a woman who just don't want to be so combative and just don't want to be on the prowl all the time, 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be the woman that brother want to go crash over there while his other wife like, why you ain't never here? Why you don't never come home? That brother gonna always want to be with that because she ain't so combative and negative, drama-fied, want to cuss and fuss and always amp stuff up and always have an issue going on. Brother's gonna gravitate to that woman. Right. A brother's not gonna gravitate to a woman who just don't want to hear nothing. Stay on her phone all day, married to her phone more than her husband. Right. Always on the phone with Shaniqua about whatever. Always on Facebook, liking, posting, and reacting. Brothers is not gonna sit here and stay around for that. Brothers don't want to be involved with that. Brothers want a sister who at least know how to listen, be quiet, be humble, soft touching. You know what I'm saying? Take initiative, things like that. Things like that, and vice versa for the brothers too. But so when you say women empowerment, sis, when you do them things like that, you might think brothers don't count that or not being accounted for. Trust me, we see that. Just because we not reacting right now, we might react tomorrow. You never know what we gonna pop out with. Never. Might take you out somewhere. Might rub your feet. It might be a whole day just for you. You don't know what it's gonna be.
Right.
You don't know what, and that's the women empowerment. Do your job so you can be empowered as that beautiful righteous sister. Be that woman. Don't be that combative whore out here and you think somebody owe you something because you being a whore, giving your box up to no good men. You're not getting empowered, and your box ain't getting no power. You know what's happening? You're being belittled, devalued, overlooked. Your quality, you're being a virtuous woman. That's depleting. It means nothing. You got that?
1 Timothy
2:11.
1 Timothy 2:11.
Mm-hmm.
Let the woman learn in silence.
What?
Let the woman learn in silence.
And what?
Let the woman learn in silence.
Learn in silence. Sis, I just got done telling you this. If a man sitting here telling you, look, don't worry about this bill. Make sure the kids taken care of, and they daycare, and bam, and do this and do that, and then next week, since we got 2 weeks for this, we could deal with that. He know what he talking about. Just don't think about, since we ain't got no cable or Wi-Fi or whatever, we need to deal with that. Worry about them children first.
Right.
Worry about them the main household bills like your rent, your light, the gas, certain things like that, grocery. Listen, learn in silence. That man's making a righteous decision. What you're doing, you're being a dragon because it's not what you want to see. Because you want to watch Raising Canaan and what's that other job they be watching? 50 movie.
Power.
Yeah, because you want to watch Power on Sunday. Man, the hell with Power. Be that righteous sister and be quiet. Be a virtual sister. Be silent. Go ahead.
With all subjection.
With all subjection. With all subjections. We don't just give everything that man deserves. Just be quiet. Don't even fight it. Just be quiet with all subjection. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
But I suffer a woman not to teach.
Not to teach. Go ahead.
Nor to assert authority over the man.
No, you do not take power. Don't try to take no power, no authority from that man, because that's not your place. That's not your place. 1 Corinthians 11:3 say the Christ is over the man. The man is over the woman. You don't have that position. You wasn't given that. The Lord, he deprived you from that wisdom, sis. You know what I'm saying? He deprived you from that power. You are to help me, and there's nothing wrong with being to help me.
Right.
Stop thinking to help me means something bad. It's nothing bad. It's nothing. You're a wonderful help me. You'll be helped. Was that all of that?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
But to be in silence.
But to be in silence. Sis, that's all we ask. That's all we ask. And the reason why I'm on this whole women empowerment, I know I'm taking a minute to get there, but this whole women empowerment is because 66% of women file for divorces.
Right.
At occasional rates is 75%. Then you look into the study, women saying they're being mentally abused and physically abused. But come to find out, a lot of them just hard-headed. Physically abused, guys are just weak men. And when women file for divorces, it's for the simple fact that they just don't want to listen. Hey, y'all, I need you to read this right here. And then we slowly gonna get into it. I got you. We slowly gonna get into it. That's a high rate, and that's just at an overall rate. Go ahead.
So you want to say what article it is?
Mm-hmm.
This is an article on women's empowerment. Social changes unfolding in the United States over the past half century has been the decline of institution of marriage. A decline especially steep among blacks.
Among blacks. Go ahead.
In 1960, roughly 74% of whites were married.
In the 60s. Now, pause real quick. Hold that real quick. Now, going back into this Elizabeth Staten woman. In the 60s, This woman had children. She had her children and everything, and she lost her job. And then that's when she was in an uproar and she wanted to start this whole women empowerment movement. So she is upset at the fact that she lost her job, so she started knowing in the 60s women did, menial work, light work,
Right.
Which was nothing. That's when the black household was tight. Everybody was together, everybody was working, like the Jeffersons and Good Times and, whatever other black sitcoms that y'all know. The family was together tight and they understood this. But when this woman came out with this women empowerment, I think it was around 64, 65, that's when the black family started splitting. The black family started splitting because of this one European woman got upset she lost her goddamn job. Her damn job, when we losing jobs every damn day. And then she want to start women empowerment because she laid on her back and had kids. Because that was the choice she decided to have. She wanted to push women empowerment on us. Go ahead. Start from the 60s.
From the 60s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In 1960s, roughly 74% of whites were married.
74% in the 60s. 74%. Go ahead.
And the rate dropped to 56% in 2008.
To 56% in 2008. Go ahead.
That is a big drop, but not compared to the plummeting marriage rate for blacks. In 1960, 61% of blacks were married. In 1960.
In 1960, 61% were married. Go ahead.
But by 2008, it was only 32%.
32%. We don't qualify for anything when it comes to marriages at all, whatsoever. Let me get that. Yeah, we don't qualify for anything when it comes to marriages whatsoever. And I know it's bringing out stats when it comes to European, but I'm just showing a comparison on behalf of, look at their stats. We were strong families back in the 60s. Now we look like we don't even have self-control because of women empowerment. That's where that divorce rate start coming in at. And sorry to say, a lot of sisters don't want to hear it, but, folks got to hear this type of thing. And there's another article just on behalf of, when it comes to the divorce rate, what the man actually has to go through right after the divorce. Because again, the majority of women file 66% to 75%. Let me get it.
All right.
Start straight from where solid words.
Meeting strict financial obligations is a primary source of stress for men after divorce.
For a primary source, and when it means that is because the child support come in.
Right.
People got to do that alimony. I never been married by hard copy paperwork, but when people speak, I know. So when it come to child support, alimony, and then you got to pay the divorce fees, you just got to pay a whole bunch of everything. Go ahead, lawyers and all.
Both ex-spouses take a loss, but typically men suffer a larger hit to their standard of living than women. Between 10 and 40% due to alimony, alimony, and child support responsibilities.
I mean, that right there. And you know how these women do. Like the woman, she ain't never got no type of funds on Facebook, but turn around, she got $20,000 living expenses or whatever. How you don't make no money? You got $20,000 to spend.
Right.
Come on, go ahead.
The need for a separate place to live.
The need for a separate place to live. Keep going.
An extra set of household furniture and other expenses. And it is worse for men who provided less than 80% of the family's income.
And I wonder why is that. Now, if it's worse for men that's doing less, now it shows that he's not fit enough. Or he's one of them guys who don't make enough, or he's a 50-50 type guy.
Right.
So therefore, obviously when the child come out the womb, it goes to the mother. That's understandable. And I mean, we all see it. But now if you ain't doing 80% and the mother already gets the child, now the divorce, so you got to pay for the lawyer. and I'll wait on all these divorce fees and court fees and all that. Then you got to do the child. Then you got to turn around and pay this. And Lord knows if you get locked up behind not paying child support, you're going to have to pay.
Right.
You are going to have to pay. And this is all because of the women empowerment. Now, going into this sister named Audrey Lorde, you know, she died a Catholic. The same Catholics that blow on baby rods. Blowing on baby rod. The same Catholic that, you know, that look like devils, that run to Christianity. But she was a Catholic. And in 1962, she married Anthony Rollins, who was a Caucasian gay male. And you can look him up. He's still living. He was a Caucasian gay male. And this was the sister. Exactly. This was a sister. An actual sister. She was how you say Barbados? She was from Barbados.
Right.
She was from Barbados and married a homosexual Caucasian man. And y'all gonna follow women empowerment? The same women that say the hell with the white man, you gonna follow what a sister, her whole movement, what she got going on behalf of women empowerment? But that ain't even it. Then she turned around, divorced his man in 1970 after having 2 children. Then she turned around in 1968, married a woman named Frances Clayton that was a lesbian professor of psychology. You a professor of psychology. You don't see what the hell's wrong with you. You're a lesbian. You don't see that you have a mental problem? Y'all don't see the whole agenda that America's giving. She was a professor and she's a lesbian of psychology. Psychology is dealing with the mind. How the hell? How you gonna have a women empowerment and y'all gonna follow after somebody just disgusting and filthy? And they are lesbians trying to tell you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian sister, that you don't need a man. But she went to school to not learn a damn thing. She don't even know why she a lesbian, but she a professor. Then the sister named Audrey Lorde, she called herself a strong lesbian, Afro-German, because she brought the whole movement to Germany. See, that's the issue. A lot of us follow things and don't even know what's going on. Y'all say Afro-American. What was the other one?
Afro-American.
Afro-German,
Afro-Latina.
Y'all saying all these Afros and all of this, and y'all supposed to be following these movements, but y'all got to do research on these sick, wicked bastards that's putting this whole agenda out here. It's a lesbian woman married a homosexual man, a Caucasian man. And she wasn't nothing but a bed wench. You know that's what she was. He put his rods up in another man's rectum and bring that nasty feel back to that sister. Then turn around, she gonna go marry a Caucasian lesbian professor women. Like that just make them more smarter. No, it'll make you look more dumb, and that just shows the whole agenda America got going on. Right. Knowing niggas don't read, niggas can't read, spics won't read, savages won't read, and y'all following this up, thinking it's making y'all better. Look what the hell. Look. And then make it bad, she wasn't even married to the woman. That was just her lover. She divorced her husband and whatever they had going on to go lay up with a nasty, filthy heathen, just to be a sexual deviant because she lustful. She lustful. Didn't die of cancer. That was the Lord judging her.
Right.
She died before him. Filthy mess. Filthy.
Right.
Let me get that jack, dog. That's filthy. This woman was a strong lesbian Afro-German, like that make a damn. And then she turned around and got with a Caucasian lady that was the professor of psychology. Come on. People that say they was born like this, something got to be physically wrong with you if you got a rod or you got a juice box in your pants and you say you the other.
Right.
But then you look at this, you're a professor of psychology. Who in the hell gave you that certificate?
Right.
What's wrong with the one that gave you that certificate? You know what it was? It was a whole agenda. Right after the 60s and all that going on, the 50s and 60s, let's break up the black household. And one of these sisters, she was sitting there helping doing it. Just like Martin Luther King. It ain't about us. It was their own lustful demon.
Right.
She ain't even get with a nigga. She got with Europeans, male and female.
Right.
Male and damn female. And y'all following this? That works for Becky. She was a sister and doing that with them Caucasian. That works for Becky. That don't work for you, sis. That don't work for you.
Right.
It doesn't work for you. I don't know what y'all got going on, man. This is crazy. This stuff is Salaki on the time, y'all. I just gotta get these things together. But yeah, this is crazy, man. And I just don't see how sisters really go think. Here, bro. You ain't gotta read it yet. Yeah, I don't see how sisters really gonna think this whole women empowerment is gonna work. How is it gonna work, sis?
Right.
How is it gonna work? Tell me how it's gonna work. It ain't work yet. And the people that put it in front of you, they wasn't even following that. They wasn't. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 7:23. They wasn't even paying focus on that. And you know why y'all sisters don't know that? Because you're Christian pastors. You're the European man. The reason why you don't feel like you need a man or a black or brown man and you prefer to take the Kenny out there with good credit is because your slave master put that in front of you and instilled it in front of you to think that you don't need a man, you're better than a man. And then when you do decide to choose one, you choose all the wrong ones or you choose a Caucasian one and think life gonna be so sweet. Now your life is in damn shambles. Now you want to know why things going on. Now you don't have the answers for nothing. But guess what? You don't have the answers, but you're going to continue going out there like you got the answers. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to die. You're going to die an old, lonely, disgusting, filthy, used up woman or if you don't change your ways. You got that?
Okay.
All right.
Ecclesiasticus 7:23.
Mm-hmm.
Hast thou children?
Mm-hmm.
Instruct them.
Instruct them. You instruct your kids with this. This is our constitution. These are our rules. These are our laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. This is what we supposed to follow. If we don't do nothing right in life, this is what we supposed to follow. This is what you instructing your kid. And the reason why you sisters going out here celebrating that, and that sister went and dealt with a homosexual European man, and then turned around and dealt with a lesbian professor of psychology, she wasn't led by this. She wasn't led. And they both enjoyed it. They both enjoyed that beautiful sister. They both, and she an Afro-German. What the hell is an Afro-German? I'm out of cuss. Go ahead.
Thou hast children, instruct them.
Mm-hmm.
And bow down their neck.
Humble them sisters. Humble them kids. So like, humble them kids. And we all still kids to our parents. You sister, you should have been humbled. Not you should be humble, but you should have been humble. You should have showed some type of submission or subjection for you to understand that you do need a man. You do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what the issue comes in that is the fact that you think you don't need a man. Hold that and get Genesis 2:18. Okay. And the issue is where you think you don't need a man. Now the issue about to start transpiring. Now the sin is gonna go on. Now the misleading is gonna go on. The stress and strife and everything else because you don't need a man and because you've been led wrong. You don't want to believe in anything. You don't want to believe in the Bible. You just want to believe in your rock, and in your candle, in your doing wicked, and all this other stuff, giving food to the gods. Go ahead.
Genesis 2:18.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord God said.
And the Lord said, go ahead.
It is not good that the man should be alone.
That the man shall not be alone. The man should not be alone. Who else gonna be there for that man? Go ahead.
I will make him and help me.
A what?
And help me.
A what?
Help me.
A help me. Ain't nothing wrong. The Lord clearly say he making the help me. So when you say you don't need a man, the Lord said it's not fit for him. It's not right for that man to be alone. He making him a help me. Right. He making you for that man, not for that European man, that Caucasian woman. Not for your own beat your will of freedom. He made you for a man. So this whole women empowerment, if you can't shut your damn mouth, sis, then it's an issue. You would be empowered if a man can come home and not have to fight with you all the time. Talking about clean up, take care of the kids. Why you ain't get the money? Well, out the bank. Why you ain't do this? Why you got bam dealing with taking orders? That's empowerment. Empowerment is closing your legs and putting some on your damn ass. It's like on your behind.
Right.
That's what empowerment is.
That's right.
Put a head wrap on, sis. Shut your mouth on. When the brothers come through, go somewhere. Go somewhere. We don't come there for you. We going there for that brother. Hide somewhere. We shouldn't even see you. You ain't our prize. That you're his pride. You're his help me. You're for him. You're his jewel. Go ahead. That's it.
Come on. Go back to Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, couldn't. So when it come to you just saying all this, the Lord even saying, even if for y'all old Torah sisters and in the New Testament, all you fake Israelite TV, they clearly say to sis, you are a help me. You're a help me. All right, read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes 7:23. Thou hast children, instruct them.
Instruct them. Show them what the law, statutes, and commandments is. Show them what the Lord said. Show them what Christ done. Show them what all the disciples and everybody else done. Show them what this how this sword cut. Go ahead.
And bow down their neck from their youth.
That means you bowing them down. You putting their head down. You humbling them. They don't know everything. People say, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Break their neck. Put their head down. Same thing.
Right.
The same thing. Let me get Genesis 3:16. So all that extra bull job says, put that out the window, because you ain't fooling nobody. Because again, the statistics. You got my phone? I think you go ahead and open it up. Yeah, the statistics is showing that there is no improvement behind us chasing this European woman who started. Y'all chasing this European woman who started this, and then turn around y'all chasing this Latino sister that chasing European folks, and y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all don't see the whole agenda. Y'all wonder why y'all dad ain't been there, because it was women empowerment and daddy couldn't be around. You wonder why mama, you hate mama, and mama always think you trying to sleep with her boyfriends and stuff, and you on Facebook because of that women empowerment. Y'all don't understand that. Let me go ahead, open it up.
On the article? All right. This is an article that says the negative impact of modern feminism on society.
The negative impact. Go ahead.
When analyzing the concept of feminism, no one can see that it has both a positive and negative impact on society. When looking at the positive impact that feminism has on society, one must definitely consider its impact on the equal social status of women in society, women's rights, and the lives of women in the workplace. On the other hand, in many people's opinion, there have also been some negative impacts of feminism in society, such as increase of promiscuity.
Oh, let's hold it.
Ooh, Lord.
Promiscuity. Promiscuous woman. I'm gonna give a definition on that one. Promiscuity, having or involving many sexual partners. Then you get the other end. You get promiscuous, sexual behavior, miscellaneous mingling of selection of person or things. So feminism allows women to say, I don't need men, and be whores for 5 other men other than her husband. Feminism allows, women empowerment means you can be a stripper. Women empowerment means you can sell your behind for $5. That promiscuity, all of that is exactly the door that is open up with. You lay with that man, you put all in this man, and you know y'all together 2-3 years down the line, come to find out your phone ringing and you've been sleeping around this man 8-9 months. That's what's empowerment. And the first thing sisters out here, well, I thought you was doing something, or he's just a friend. You don't need no damn friends. Your husband's your friend.
Right.
Your husband your friend. Your husband's your brother. Your husband your daddy. Your husband is your husband. You don't need no damn friend. But you want to be caught up being a whore because of the fact that he could do it. You was a help me. Why you worry about what he got going on? Go ahead. Sitting there worrying about the wrong things other than your damn duties. You trying to be a man out here looking like a goddamn whore. You don't see no chickens out there in the yard screwing all the gamecock roosters. You don't see no female apes screwing all the great apes, or no lionesses screwing all the alphas. So what you think you're gonna do the same thing? It's nature. It's
right.
Natural.
Right.
But what's not natural is you want to be a whore. Go ahead.
Women shunning the concept of marriage.
Shunning the concept of marriage. Sisters aren't slow down. Sisters ain't taking marriage serious no more. Sisters don't even take their box serious no more. You could show them a wedding ring and it sound good, this and that. And half of the time, you could tell a woman, look, I want to marry you, pull a ring out. She'll be so goddamn hesitant in front of everybody to where she'll know whether to say yes or no. She looking at you like, if I say no, I'm going to miss out. But then she hesitant. Shunning, don't even want to sit here and deal with the word of marriage. You know why? Because it's women empowerment. She ain't got to have no time. She could suck, blank, and blank, Tom, Dick, and Harry, all she want, without no time. Because of women empowerment.
Right.
Because she want to be a promiscuous woman. She want to be out here. Sis, you got them friends that want to be out here. But you know why? It ain't your fault. It's because of what the European man putting on you and you thinking is all right. That's why daddy ain't never been here. That's why Tyrone can't pay all the child support, because he in jail. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got that same crazy brother creeping around your house seeing ain't nobody there. Because of they putting this whole agenda of women empowerment. It's not your fault. But the thing is, your fault is after I tell you this, it's your job to make a change and show them sisters. It's your fault if these sisters out here fail. Because you want to shun marriage. Sex is marriage.
Right.
Get the definition.
Come on.
If you could, Bob, could shot. Oh, con. And it's crazy because I ain't realized how I came into the truth. Last year, I've been actually talking to sisters, this and that, and let them know sex is marriage, this and that, and they understood. They was like, that make more sense.
Right.
It does. My body's worth more than the paperwork and wedding ring. They understand all this and that, and come to find out they at work slept with somebody, and then they were the one that ran off. They did all this. Sis, come on, you feel as if sex is marriage, and you don't even know the truth, but then you turn around and sling your box somewhere else, and then now it is irrelevant. Now you ain't nothing but a skip rock. You ain't that Ruby. You might want to cover one of them up. But yeah, so shunning the fact that marriage, men control who they marry. Sisters don't control when they get married. You don't. So if that righteous man ever come up to you, or you feel as if he right, you making the right decision, you shouldn't be shunning that. You should be taking your damn time. Not saying to hell with marriage. Because you want to be independent, you like your own peace of mind. That's fine. You don't have to have a husband. That's fine. I ain't saying nothing wrong. You don't have to have a husband. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Husbands don't have to have wives. You don't. But don't get a husband and don't put the whole, the facade out there like, oh, I don't need a man. What's the purpose of men? You need a man. Because the way your mouth going and you saying you don't need a man shows why you need a man. It shows exactly why you need a man when you start talking like that. You shunning marriage, you need a man. When you say this and that, the hell with marriage, that's when you need a man. Because that means you're just out here throwing your box. The first time you get that little itch inside your drawer, you running out there doing whatever. You got that? Want to be promiscuous and shunning marriage. If you being promiscuous and you shunning marriage, that means you're a whore. That's what you're doing. You don't want to be married. You just want to have that what they call it? Friends with benefits.
Right.
BOF or whatever they call it nowadays. Sneaky links and all. If you got any of this, you're a whore. Period.
Or entangled.
Entangled. You're a whore. You're a whore. Ain't no way around it. No way around it. If you can't take the title of being that man's wife after you laid up with him, you are a whore.
Right.
Period. And again, it's not your fault. It's because they put this whole agenda out here with women empowerment. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about my sisters. My sister's more important than any of them women out there.
Right.
Well, what's the definition of marriage?
This is the definition of marriage.
Read it clear for them, loud.
Out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Marriage. Man displaying his full... Marriage is an intimate personal union.
An intimate personal union. If you're intimate with somebody, you're doing whatever you do with them. And when it's personal, it's one-on-one. And the union is one-on-one. Go ahead.
To which a man and a woman consent.
A man and woman consent to this intimacy. To the intimacy.
Right.
If you selling your ass for $40 on, that's your husband. If you sleeping with that sister, that is your wife.
Right.
If you don't want marriage and you sleeping with that man, that's still your husband. Go ahead.
Consummated and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse.
Sexual intercourse. When he put his rod inside of you and you put your rod inside of her, y'all married.
Right.
Period. A woman only has one hymen. She only has one virginity, one cherry. If you would have slept with that man the first time you lost it, that's the whole point right there. That's your husband. That is your husband. If you don't believe that, then you're just happy with being a whore. Because you want to be a promiscuous woman. You want to get your rocks off when it's convenient for you because you don't want to take orders or you don't want to be up under authority. You want to be the authority of being an empowerment woman.
Right.
Meanwhile, on the article we read, you can't even go to them same bastards to help you out because you worried about a racial judgment. You need to be up under somebody. Who do you call? That's it.
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And perfected in a lifelong partnership of mutual love and commitment.
Mutual love. A lifelong partnership by mutual love. Love is when you're doing right beside somebody. You can't say you love that woman or you love that man and then you turn around, go sleep around and get pregnant or bring germs and all that disgusting worldly filth back to them. You don't love them. You don't. Love is an action. Even though it got 4-letter word, it's an action. I'm in that Job 39:17.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Love is an action. You say you love your mama? For y'all brothers and sisters out here, y'all be damn somebody, y'all sister, y'all be damn if a chick your age come up and smack your mama in the face. You gonna tie fire to that woman behind, cause why? You love your mama. Period. You love your mama. If somebody come up, a man or a woman or somebody came up and put their hands on your daughter or son, you gonna tie fire to them. Why? Cause you love your children. So if you love them, then boom. If you love the Lord, you'll follow law, statute, commandment. If you love your husband, you'll do exactly. But if you don't, you'll do everything contrary. You'll do what the oppressor say. You'll go do everything that goes against what the Lord's saying. You'll do everything and say everything that goes against the word of what your man's saying. When the Lord said, treat your man like he's the Lord. If you love the Lord, you'll follow that man and you'll listen to that man like he was the Lord. But now if you're single, that's one thing. That's one thing. Hold your box together.
Right.
If not even single, if you unmarried, hold your box together. Keep it to yourself. Come in the ISUPK and then put yourself to some good use. Not your box. Put yourself to good use. Put your brick in, sis. And you might find that righteous man that's gonna put that box to use. It's a lot.
Right.
I ain't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. Hate to say it like that. You get Job 39:17.
Yeah, man.
Uh-huh.
Job 39, verse 17. Because God had deprived her of wisdom.
The Lord held out wisdom, sis. He held out wisdom for a reason. Like y'all, the Lord held out ovaries and birth, pregnancy and all that with us. The Lord held out wisdom and deprived y'all of wisdom. The Lord, he gave us a lot of things y'all ain't got and gave y'all a lot of things we ain't got. Can't help it. That's the whole point of being a male, female. Go ahead.
Neither hath he imparted her to understanding.
Neither have he gave you an understanding. Say it again. No, you good. He imparted, meaning gave her to understand, or gave to her understanding. The Lord didn't give you that for a reason, sis. For whatever reason the Lord didn't give it to you, he didn't give it to you. Same reason why he didn't give us breast and all this other stuff. So when I'm telling you about this whole women empowerment, don't take it as if I'm saying I hate women. No, we love our women, our women, not those women, our women. You know, it's just the fact that sisters really need guidance because of the fact that we listen to everybody who really not giving us thumbs up. Let me say it like that. They not for our best benefit. It's for the price of money or whatever they could get out of you right there, and like some tell brothers to tell you whatever they want to tell you. And for example, women empowerment. This is what sisters put themselves into, guys. These sisters be whores or whatever the case may be, and they be shorting out of their luck on money.
Right.
First weed man, they might have 4-5 weed mans. In the world, you got 4-5 weed mans. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make you order. Best to worst, who on time, who all time, and who quality, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how I go. But sisters be short on their money and knowing how that weed man do. Come up, pull up, all I got is this, bam, bam, bam. And the first thing he'll say, I'll smoke with you.
Right.
And he say, I'll smoke with you. And if you want a little more, that means once he get it, he gonna get the rapping and be like, you know, woo-de-woo, blase, blah, da, da. Just for you to give up the box. And he give you a little more weed. That's what women empowerment does. You don't submit yourself to one man. On top of, that's what sisters sell their box for weed. And you don't have that certain wisdom to realize what that man was doing was manipulating you. You don't have that understanding. You don't have that wisdom over what he was doing. He was coming for this slight sale and wooed you into getting more marijuana or narcotics, whatever, just for you to sleep around with him. But what he does is wait till y'all already in deep, smoked a blunt or two, 3 blunt, drunk a little bit of Hennessy, and now he want to start trying to woo you out your box just to give you a little more. And guess what? Now you're left to waste. You got your weed, but now you ain't worth nothing.
Right.
How many sisters out here really think just because they get weed? How many sisters that we ain't never heard about slept with a man for weed, and after the sex they really felt confident and good about that they slept for that weed? I know it was a dark moment in their mind somewhere. It's like, I didn't want to do it, but I did it because I wanted this, not because they intentionally and really felt like giving that box up, and they genuinely had a specific type feeling for that man. They gave it up for some drugs. For drugs. I only know junkies that do that. Meth heads, crack heads, weed heads, cigarette smokers. They the only people I know who do that and be satisfied. So if you're a weed head, you're one of them. Bound to be one of them. You're a crackhead. You do pills and coke. You shake your bottom for money. You're all in that category. If it ain't happened already, it's bound to happen.
Right.
Period. I don't know one woman who really. So you got a comment? I don't know one woman that really sat out there and gapped her legs open, came to a weed man house,
right,
to get weed off him, and knowing she is on a gas tank full of E, and not even let her spend the night. She had to leave out the door just because her old man get off in 2 hours. So you went to go pick up marijuana, you got screwed, gave a little bit more weed, that which is still a damn sin because you're not wise enough to have that understanding, and you left with your box just got beat in, and you're going home smoking with your husband, smoking that same goddamn weed with that used up box. That's what women empowerment do. And you know what happened when he finds out and see them text messages? It's just a friend. It's just a friend. And you know what happened when he leaves him? If he was to call him and be like, who is this? That same weed man, you know what he gonna do to you, sis? Well, damn. And he gonna still beat your box in just because he getting some play just for a little bit of weed. And now you missed out on your husband. That's what women empowerment does. It keeps you dumb.
Right.
It keeps you stupid. Because of a little bit of weed. You got any comments?
Con.
Go ahead.
Sister Bria Thomas said last week she asked a question about the bald edges.
Oh yeah. Oh, sis. Well, hey, we got a chat. Put it in the chat, sis. Put it in the chat if you could, Baba Kushab. Dog, I forgot all about that.
But she asked another question. She's like, do we all have curses? Like, I almost alluded to it. Do we all have certain type of curses, pretty much?
Talking about as far as Israel, hey sis, if you talking about just Israel as a whole, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, because we all living by curses.
Right.
You know, if you could just put it in the chat and be a little more specific on what you're saying. I think I know what you're saying, but I just want to be on point.
Right. So like, if I may, I think she asking like, do we all have curses? Because it almost seems like that one's hitting the women like real hard, like because that's something that's major on them. She be asking like, do we all have like that thing
Oh, like a specific curse.
Almost
That
like
makes sense.
that
I get
man
what you're
goes
saying.
through too, almost some type of thing. That's what I believe. Yeah.
Okay. But sis, put that question in the chat if you could, Baba Kashal, with the edges. Salakio. Now I think actually I was supposed to get back last week. I think I was supposed to get back with you on that.
Yeah.
Just the Lord dealing with me. I got things going on. Any more?
No, that was it.
So yeah, sis, when that man leaves you and turn around because he understand like, dang, my wife ain't nothing but a whore. She sleeping with the weed man. He knows what's going on.
Right.
Your old lady sleeping with the weed man. Come on, your old lady sleeping with the weed man. You ain't even gotta ask no question, bro. Hang it up. Figure out what's going on. Hang it up and be gone. Like my old lady sleeping with the weed man. Once you see that one text message or a weird phone call 2-3 in the morning, you know what it is. And then once you go in, the weed man, he ain't sweating it. All you gotta do is give her an extra little gram and a half.
Right.
He's still gonna tie fire to your behind, cause you're being dumb. Let me get Ecclesiastes 36:24. Cause you're being dumb, sis. And again, and the only reason why it's like that is cause the simple fact that they brainwashing us. They brainwashed us, thinking that you don't need a man, you can do what you want. But every great hunter know how to hunt. Once upon a time, that man, that's your actual husband, he was on a hunt to look for a virtuous woman or a potential virtuous woman like yourself. A man was on the hunt. So when that man already hunted, he captured it. Men conquer. That's what we do. We conquer. We've been doing it from the beginning of time. That's just in our nature to conquer. So if another man conquer you, or another man hunted you or whatever, he knows what went on. He knows how much time he had to put in. He knows what the hell he had to go through. And for another man to conquer you just on behalf of a few words, that does something to him.
Right.
Because of women empowerment, sis. They got you thinking that you don't need a man. But the thing is, the same way that like for example, one of the sisters that she ain't said she don't need a man, but just the way she went to Serena Williams. I don't call none of them out there no man. If you want a real man, get you a brother. But you want to go to a heathen. That's actions of don't need a man, just like Jada Pinkett, Steph Curry wife, Cardi B, and whoever else out here. Anything?
She said, of our women have, pretty much, she's like, of the curses our women have. So for those of us that don't have the baldness, do we have a curse too?
Sis, I really ain't trying to get into this. I mean, I got the precepts, sis. I mean, I got the precepts I think you're looking for. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna bring that towards the end of classes. At the end of class, and I'll make sure I bring it out too. Kind. Matter of fact, go ahead and look up that one. Bald edges that stink or whatever. that right there. So yeah, that's what happened. I mean, you can hold off on it now. We got just a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? And I do need my phone because I got one more link. At least, yeah. Read a little more of that one. I think that'd be it after that.
Women shunning the concept of marriage.
Shunning the concept of marriage, like you blowing it off. Marriage doesn't mean anything to you. Again, sex is marriage. You sleep with the weed head man, do mine. That sex is marriage. Go ahead.
As well as causes controversy regarding abortion.
Causing controversies regarding abortion. I wonder what's the controversy. What they say? Oh, women's right or my power. What my body, my your choice, your body. Something like that.
My body, my choice.
Your choice. That baby ain't yours. That baby belong to the Lord.
Right.
What you talking about? Your choice. What if somebody sit here and gun your mother down? Then it's all my mama was a good person. They should never did that. But what the hell you doing when you abort a baby for them? and knowing a Caucasian woman started abortions. You talking about your body, your choice? Ain't your goddamn body and it ain't your choice. That's the lowest child. If you think murder is wrong, you think somebody lacing your blunt with crack is wrong, then you should think murder is wrong.
Right.
Period. There ain't no way around it. It's the same thing. One sin is the same as all of them. Somebody sit here and force themselves up on you and take that juice bar. That's the same thing as you goddamn having an abortion. You wouldn't want that. But you think it's your body, your choice because you ain't ready for a child. Close your goddamn legs. That's the best thing you could do. That's the best thing you could do. Stop listening to them. Look what they doing to us. They killing us amongst your eyes. And now you killing yourself. You killing yourself while they killing us. And you got the nerve to talk bad and down on them. You the same as them. You ain't helping nothing. You living more. That's the problem with Israel. Israel live more lawless than all these goddamn heathens out here.
Right.
Y'all live worse than them. Y'all take up their beliefs and they custom and do it because you know we the greatest. We the best. And y'all go do exactly what the hell they do 10 times, 20 times, 100 times better than them. And then complain when they do something to us. Complain when they take our fashion. Take the damn weave out your head. Close your damn legs. Submit to your husband and shut the hell up. Take care of your kids. Stay home. Cook something. Talking about what they doing. Don't worry about what they doing. If you doing anything that they doing, you shut the hell up and let them do whatever they doing and you worry about yourself. Because you ain't a help to our society anyway. We all going through the same problem. I don't know you, but we all going through. If you hurt, I hurt.
Right.
Period. We in this thing together. And if you think you alone and you doing it by yourself, you still hurting us. You doing the same thing they do. Because they stick together. But you want to stick with them. All because you want women empowerment. Ain't nothing wrong with empowering your women. Sis, it ain't nothing wrong with getting empowerment. But get empowerment from your man. Right. Don't get empowerment and justification from them. Because if you want empowerment, you're going to become the whore of America.
Right.
You're going to be that damn Serena Williams of America. That slut of a Rihanna of America. That's what you're going to be. Exactly like them. Stop taking a custom and be who you're supposed to be. Follow these scriptures. Shut your mouth. Anything else on that?
Yeah. And the pill, also which has taken rise thanks to feminism.
The pill. So if you ain't going to abort the baby, take a plan B. And you know a lot of people that take plan B's, Valentine's Day. And you know why a whole lot of purposes of plan B is because people, they want to have unprotected sex and or they ain't ready for a kid and or they having sex. But you know how you gonna avoid all of that right there? Close your damn legs and put your rod back in your pants. You ain't got to worry about a plan B. You ain't ready for kids, this and that. Just understand sex, that I ain't gonna say sex is a beautiful thing, giving birth is a beautiful thing. But when you have sex, just know children come with that. Giving pregnancy come with that. Disease come with that. There's a whole lot of things come with sex.
Right.
So if you don't want none of that, stop doing it.
That's right.
The hell with a condom. The hell with plan B. The hell with a depot shot. The hell with taking a pill. The hell with all that. If you don't want none of them problems, and that's another thing too. A lot of people out here taking this damn depot shot and these pills and stuff like that because they won't get pregnant. I understand if y'all living righteous, this and that, and y'all not financially stable to have kids. Okay, but if you out here being a whore and you want to stay on this so you don't have kids, you are the problem.
Right.
That pill ain't gonna help no AIDS and HIV. But thanks to women empowerment, take a plan B. But guess what? Women empowerment got you goddamn HIV. Women empowerment, you ain't got that baby, but you got HIV now. You spitting up blood every damn morning. That's what you're doing. You're burning. You're stinking. Because you want to take a plan B and you want to lean on depot shots and all of this. Be a woman.
Right.
Stop being a coward. Be a strong woman. A woman, a virtuous woman. A woman with standards, a class. If you can't be that, you're trash and filth. Just like them nasty little Becky's out there. Y'all know what I want to say. You're the same thing as Becky out there. You hate when Becky get one of the black men. That's how you acting, just like Becky.
Right.
You know what Becky willing to do with 6 other black men at one time? You the same thing as her. So don't sit here and complain about nothing. Think about women empowerment. You can be empowered if you can stick with your own and stick with your man. Your man is going to empower you. Your man's going to love on you. You can't get no coward out there selling you weed to rub on your feet or give you a good massage and a bubble bath and all this. You can't get no man out here who know how to cook like some brothers in the school going to take care of their woman and lay them down to rest. Them brothers out there ain't going to do that. You ain't getting empowered dealing with them brothers. Going to damn Atlanta every weekend. What the hell you doing in Atlanta every weekend? There's only one thing in Atlanta that I think about. Two things. Nasty lifestyle and disease. That's the only thing.
Right.
Them the only two things I can think about in Atlanta. Deal with your husband. Stay home. You will help me. And there's nothing wrong. Because when you be that good help me, you get the empowerment that you've been desiring. Once you get that empowerment you've been desiring, you can't say niggas ain't no more. You can't. But until you change yourself, all niggas ain't gonna be You know why? Because you ain't Salakia, excuse my language, but it's the truth. If you want to stop saying Negroes ain't ish, then you stop being ish.
Right.
Figure something out. Better yourself. Be a good help me. Stop worrying about that other wife that he got. Stop worrying. If he ain't out here just grabbing whores, stop worrying about what he doing. You should feel blessed that you got a righteous brother. Because at the end of the day, a lot of sisters get this whole thing misconstrued up to where they say, if a nigga wants some of this, he got to spend a bag. He got to spend $5,000, $10,000. You ain't the prize. You don't choose who get married. You don't choose none of that. You don't choose when you get pregnant or who impregnates you. That man you laying with, that's the prize. That righteous man you seeking, that's really something, he is the prize.
Right.
So stop making it seem like you just so good and dandy when if niggas ain't you ain't worth having a husband, sis. If you lean on women empowerment. If you want to lead on that Caucasian, you're your oppressor. The white man, Esau, Edom, whatever you want to call him. Uncle Tom. If you leaning on him, you don't deserve a good husband. You don't deserve one. Continue doing whatever you're doing and save the brothers and sisters that actually want to change. If you don't see yourself changing, you don't see yourself ever getting married, just do by the laws of what the scriptures say sex is marriage, leave us alone. Leave us alone. Because it's not fair to the one who got an opportunity, who really got the zeal to want to change, for you to be a filthy scumbag and going to hinder somebody because you can't. Yo, I don't know if you heard about that. Salaki on that too.
Yeah.
I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago. Matter of fact, 2 years ago. It was a brother running around from Anderson all the way down to Myrtle Beach, passing out HIV to these women. And then make it crazy, just in Spartanburg last year, it was a sister passing out HIV all around. And everybody, you know how they make a list on Facebook, right, just like they do with the homeless. Oh, all these guys, just people undercover and stuff like that. They made a list of who they slept with. And I thank the Lord that I ain't dealt with nobody when I came into this truth.
Right.
Nobody. Because the simple fact, you got sick, wicked bastards out here who know, and you know that's an assault charge. If you got AIDS or HIV and you know it, and you don't ride around in your bracelet. If you had sex with somebody who didn't, and you didn't let them know, that's an assault charge.
Right.
That's an assault charge. And you got sick, wicked behind people out here. It was a male did that from Anderson to Myrtle Beach, and a female did that in Spartanburg. And you mean to tell me you don't need a man? You don't need a man. You gonna catch that man that's passing all that nasty filth. You got more? Disgusting. It's disgusting to even think like that. It's not natural to say you don't need a man, or you don't need a woman, or you want to be a homosexual or lesbian, or be a lesbian. What make it worse, being a lesbian that married a Caucasian man straight out of us coming out of this whole civil rights movement, on top of him being a gay male. A gay male. That's 3 strikes. That's 3 strikes. And you wonder why she died so soon. She died. That man, I think that man's still living. If not, he just recently passed. And then turn around deal with a Becky that was Caucasian. She was lesbian too. She ain't need no man, but look. Who the hell was she leaning on? Don't nobody know her name through the ringer. Martin Luther King was full of BS, and we know about him.
Right.
She don't even know, nobody don't even know about her. Because don't nobody deserve to know about her. She don't deserve to be known. Go ahead, bring the rest of that out.
Come on.
I think that's right after promiscuous, marriage, pill.
Concept. Okay, get there. Okay. The pill, which is taking the rise of feminism. When discussing the impact of feminism, one must consider the different the different strands of feminism, namely radical, liberal.
No, that's it. It's good. Different strands of feminism. They make it sound like a plant.
Right.
Or genetics, or man, feminism is feminism, just like women empowerment. Homosexual and all that stuff is the same thing. It's confusion.
God.
There ain't no damn strand of none of that. It's something to demasculate men, empower women, and confuse women. Then you got homosexual to where it's an alternative lifestyle. There ain't no strands to none of that. So cut all that out. That's for the simple mind or the people who think they know something, but they the same one dying of AIDS.
God.
Or they got 4 kids, everybody on child support, and they don't know what the hell. They don't even some of these women out here living off their kids. They don't even gotta work.
Right.
They don't even gotta work. Straight child support and checks. And then hell, if they was getting them checks from last year, some people had 3 kids getting 10,000, 12,000 back. Now man, she the only one 5 kids. Turn around, get her taxes, and on top of that, she getting child support. Come on. That's enough to start your mini business right there.
Right.
Enough for me to start a business.
Right.
Know about y'all? You got anything on it? Hold on. Let me get that Proverbs 9:13.
Proverbs 9:13.
Yeah, let me get a time check too.
Time is 8:21.
All right. Yeah, man, cause this is becoming real ridiculous. And again, I'm not mad at my sisters. I love my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how it goes. But certain things, sis, sometimes you just gotta shut the hell up and listen and let somebody talk to you. And I understand. And the scripture even say, you know what I'm saying? We hard-headed folk. That's just how we is. But sometimes you actually gotta shut up. Shut up. Like, period. Go talk to grandma. You know what I'm saying? And just read a little more. If you into feminism or any of this and that, just go read about it. Don't read about what's currently going on. Read on the people who established this, who started it, who ideal it was. You know what I'm saying? Even get deeper into it. Like, you might see who established it, and you might see this is how they live lifestyle, this and that. Go into their parents and see what their parents was doing.
Right.
Cause that's the only way you're gonna have a concept. You could look and read at somebody, okay, they were feminists, this and that. Then you go to their parents, it's like, okay, they work, you know what I'm saying? They was always at home, they had kids, boom, boom. And that would explain why they turned into a lesbian. Because maybe the daddy wasn't here, no guidance. You know what I'm saying? And the mama was doing whatever. Or maybe this guy was gay because daddy wasn't here, mama was here, but in the marriage of her being here, the son got touched. You gotta look past who you're just trying to read. Look at their parent. Look at the whole purpose of it being established. Look at, is it helping? How can it help us? Not them. Us. Because we need the help. We ain't got a damn thing right now. All we got is a falling star.
Proverbs 9.
I think it was 9:13.
Yeah, on that. Proverbs 9, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
A foolish woman is clamorous. Clamorous, man. Clamorous. Loud and confused. A lot of sisters, they don't want to watch this because they going to think, oh, he think he know everything, this and that. Sis, everything we pull in the ISUPK, if it ain't artifacts, you know what I'm saying, it's biblical text. We'll pull it from other books. We'll pull it from the same Esau man, the European man you lean on when it comes to these books. We're showing you everything. This ain't coming out word of mouth. We got wonderful authors. You know what I'm saying? We got the brother Captain Coptazar. We got the brother Yawala. We pull it everything out of the text, and we can pull it up. So before you get upset and get loudmouth with me and become clamorous and act, confused and all, go look up what we was looking up.
Right.
Maybe she'll believe what they saying, not these Bibles saying. But then again, she might see it, and then just be like, oh, it ain't me. Just because you're filthy and you love lust. But that comes with just being who he is. We're selfish people. You know what I'm saying? When I say selfish, we're just hard headed.
Right.
We deserve what we going through right now. And if it wasn't for the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, then
Right.
who the hell gonna save us, man? Who gonna save us? And the only reason I'm telling you this is because simple fact, it's going to save your life. It's going to save his life, so you don't look confused. Like you're gonna have that wonderful husband, that everything that you've been dreaming and dying for, everything you went out here in excuse my language, everything you went out here and just gave your ass up for, thinking it was for him. Everything that you went out here and just did what you did in the car for, thinking it was him. But when you come in here, you go that same man that you did all that for, thinking that was him. He is in the school. You just gotta show enough discipline and submit to yourself and come back home to the truth. Israelite school, universal practical knowledge. That's all you gotta do.
Right.
That man is in here, and even if you don't want a man, that's fine. You still gonna be protected by men, brothers, fathers, uncles, cousins, nephews, all of us. Even sisters gonna protect you in here. That's how deep it go.
Right.
So if you want women empowerment, you come in here and you'll see how it is. What sisters is taken care of. Sisters ain't got to worry about getting beat over the head, rape, rob, and murder. Kick baby girls out here being touched and being eyeballed when they walk by. Baby girl ain't even walking through here with booty shorts on. It's like, go ahead.
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Simple and knows nothing again. Like a lot of these, yeah, man, I don't know what happened. I think that incident about to kill me. But yeah, it's simple. Like I said, these same sisters that be talking about she basic, this and that. Sis, you are basic. You're basic. I think the what? You're basic. I mean, what are you doing that's not so basic? You're simple. Same way you be making all that Cardi B noise, showing your nails and Kurt and all that. Yo, you basic. You basic. We don't care about them. Them nails don't mean nothing. Them nails ain't empowering nothing. Only thing is empowering is Jackie Chan and Kim Jong-un checks because you about to get your nails done next week. They ain't empowering nobody. You out here getting all this hair and this weed. You ain't doing that. Each and everything women do, and that's crazy that I say that. Each and everything women do to better their appearance, and I'm not gonna say women as far as the sisters that's in the school, but women out there in the world as far as lashes, nails, weaves, piercing. Yo, all the Japs be doing that. All the Chinese be doing that, and y'all do all that. Meanwhile, and they trying to look like your natural look. It was a Japanese dude trying to start dreads.
Right.
I don't know I think I was talking to Officer Mardock. Trying to start dreads. And you mean to tell me you want to follow women empowerment and they trying to be like us? They trying to be like us. But I know one thing, when they take their ass home, they shut the hell up. That's what they do. When they take their behind home, they deal with them kids. When he take his behind home, he know he just got off work. He got to deal with you, sis, and he got to deal with the rest of the household. The job don't stop. They job ain't stopping, so why your job stopping? Like you on a part-time mothership. Ain't no part-time. What if the dude you sleeping with right now, and the weed man you getting weed off from right now, he get robbed while y'all doing the do. You what that's part-time. Well, then what? Then what's gonna happen? If y'all laying up doing whatever y'all doing, he get robbed right in a moment. He on part-time. He worried about you more than saving his life. Huh? Trash. Exactly. Kai said trash. Exactly. The hell you gonna do? Because you want to sleep around with another man or sell your box for weed. Now you in between a potential gunfight, or not even a gunfight. You losing your life because of women empowerment. You could do that. You read all that? Let me get that Ecclesiasticus 26:25. Sis, and again, I love y'all, sis. And the only reason I'm being so hard, you know what I'm saying, because simple fact that if I ain't gonna be hard when it come to telling y'all and go hard on y'all, them out there they really ain't. They ain't went hard. They ain't went easy on grandmama. It was one of those. I want that one right there. Right. Feeling all up on it. I actually just finished that movie today. Goodbye Uncle Tom today. Right. That pissed me the hell off today. When I seen how they were doing them sisters, like I'm telling y'all, they did them sisters like they had an auction on the back side of the room, and I swear they probably had 25 to 50 sisters lined up on this wall, and it's this one greasy, disgusting looking pig just sitting here. And every time a sister he'll get done, what he'll do is just have oil on his hand and just grab the sister by their breast and just like he's sculpting the picture and just feel on them, boom, move them, do it again. And then there've been times where you can see him really just grab firm and it's like, but in the same sense, you're gonna listen to some filth like that. That's what grandmama had to go through. Grandma had to go through that same mess, but you want to listen to that same mess, and it's gonna stop you. Grandmama and granddaddy was dying to stay together, and they died separately. Right. Meanwhile, you're living to die separate. Let me say it that way. You're living to die separate. Because you got a man here, but you just choose to follow up what that man say. Meanwhile, ain't no Henrys and Jake and Jeff marrying no black sisters like that. You know, it's happening, but they ain't doing it like that. Right. They getting their Karens and Beckys. And if they got a concubine or a little side piece, it's another Karen and Becky. You might get lucky. You might get lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might get lucky, unless it's just one of them sisters that just, I like white dudes. Right. You know, and then look what happened to them after a while. And I know one for example. I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But they getting married. Meanwhile, you're dying single and alone. You're dying alcoholics in the hood. Living off Section 8, sis. Grandma and granddaddy ain't went through that. Christ ain't went through that just for you to go throw away your brotherhood or your sisterhood. They ain't went through that. Right. You got that? Okay. But I will say, for y'all sisters that just don't give a damn, and then y'all gonna do whatever y'all want to do, and if he ain't putting no ring on it, hear me out. Go ahead. I want hear me clearly.
Ecclesiastes 23 and 25. Mm-hmm. Her children shall not take root.
Ecclesiastes 26 and 25. Stick us.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
As a what?
As a dog.
As a bitch. Simple like that. When y'all sisters in the hood, y'all get upset at the fact that guys be calling you B words. Maybe some brothers do that out of spite just because they want to see a woman get aroused by it. But if you don't hear what I'm saying, you feel as if, then that's how you should be counted. And I'll rest my case. That's how you should be counted. You should be put in a yard somewhere, out in the field, you know what I'm saying? And just like you want to be out in the world on Hot Girl Summer, you should be put in the backyard, inside a goddamn fence, dooking and pissing all over the yard. You acting the same way a dog would act like that, and that's how you acting like they're out there in the world. Right. You living off of a man putting a man on child support. You living off putting a man on child support and doing this and doing that. Then, meanwhile, while you waiting on that check, you should wait on your damn plate of food, just like a damn dog. You have an owner. Whoever out there owning you over that weed, you have an owner just like a damn dog, and you deserve it. Right. You would be counted as a dog, as a damn dog. You when you get that HIV and AIDS, you that same dog that got fleas and ticks. Damn bed bugs. That's what you are.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
A woman who refused to lay down for some weed and do all of this and XYZ and just be seen amongst everybody, just have to be seen, she fear the Lord. A woman that just feel as if she's better, her juice box is just the most pure and precious thing she got to own, she fears the Lord. She know what comes with just sleeping around being a whore. Just like I was saying earlier, sis said, oh yeah, I feel as if, my box is worth more than the paperwork and wedding ring, this and that. But then turn around and you run off when you have sex with that man. You're the same thing as that damn dog out in the backyard. You don't fear the Lord. You ain't got no value no more. You say you do, but then otherwise, A dog know how to sit, but when the dog go out there, that dog ain't sitting. That dog running rabbits at the squirrels, peanuts, birds, all type of everything. Anything moving out there, that dog running after. Just like these sisters running after anything that shine, glips and glamour. Same way. So you ain't lying to nobody. You lying to yourself. And when you got 4 kids and you don't want to settle down, the reason why she don't want to settle down is for the simple fact that she tired of men doing her wrong. It ain't them doing you wrong. You're just being stupid. Right. You're being a dog. You don't want to conform because you're so caught up in women empowerment. What I could do, if he could do it, I could do it. You're the one who carry kids. You're the one who left with the kids. You're the one who seek and reap more benefits than any black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. And if you don't reap the benefits, don't know how to, then you deserve it. Because the simple fact, all sisters know how to get their little child support.
Right.
Not saying don't put them on child support. All sisters know how to do all of that. And that's what you leaning on? Hey, let me on phone. What time is it? I'm trying to stay on track.
Trade 35.
All right.
You still gonna get the bonus. Still gonna get that bonus.
Oh yeah. We getting there.
Alright.
So sis, don't sit there and try to put nobody in the category of why your life is failing. When it comes to you supporting women empowerment, of course, or not needing a man with this feminist bull, or my body, my choice. Because if it's your body, do what you want with your body. Stay away from us. That's what you do. Stay away from us. Go ahead. I think I got 2 more. Because we about to get to the bottom of all this.
New relationships only patch the heartbreak.
New relationships only patch heartbreak. Now we speaking from a worldly instant. New relationship patch from heartbreak. Guys, and be honest with me. How many women you heard, not you dealt with, to where as soon as they break up with somebody, 3-4 days later, they already intertwined with somebody else.
Right.
Now what the hell is that? That been going on. Go ahead.
Divorce grief is dealt with different by women. By men and women.
Right.
Women so often the instigators of divorce.
I just said women file 66 to 75% occasionally when it comes to divorce. Go ahead.
Can be more ready for a fresh life.
Can be more ready for a fresh life. What the hell is a fresh life when you gave your box? I tell sisters this time and time again. If sex ain't marriage, when that man give you that wedding ring and that paper, what is your husband getting from you that no other man got? What somebody put in the chat for any sisters that listening. If you're waiting on a wedding ring and sheet of paper and you've been screwing off, what is your husband that you get married to getting that the man that you know what I'm saying, with no other man they never got? No boyfriend, no friend, no best friend. What is your husband getting that they ain't got? And I'm going to give you a minute on that because I know ain't nobody going to get no answers. Ready for a new life. New life? See, cause what I realized, a lot of women, they know it's levels to this whoredom. Really, is only one way. You can screw 5 men a week for a whole year, or you can screw 5 men all year. And it's, I ain't no whore. I was picking. You're still a whore. You just stretched out your options.
God.
Go ahead, cause I know I ain't got no comment.
Men's behavior after divorce. Men's behavior after divorce can set them up for years of hurt.
For years of hurt. Now let's hold it right here real quick. Hold it right there. Relax. Now, y'all sisters, when y'all say niggas is dogs, niggas ain't ish, niggas ain't this, niggas ain't that, I'm gonna explain it to y'all. Us men, we're naturally attracted to women. And when I say multiple, I'm not saying everything we see, but we're just naturally attracted to women. And when a man in this whole society, when it comes to wedding ring and paperwork, if that man take the initiative to put a damn ring on your paper, on your finger, or give you a paperwork and wedding ring, whatever, if you do that, that's when you start getting those Tyrone that ain't worth a damn, or in the words in the street world, ain't ish. That's when you get them Devon that ain't ish. That's when you get them damn a whole bunch of brothers that just ain't it. So when it comes to divorce, the brothers you dealing with ain't been married yet. So when the same guys you divorce, he ain't gonna be an ain't-ish brother to all these women after you. And you know what happens? You think you're gonna go out here and live in your best life. And you know what happens? You deserve everything that new dude you deserve everything that new dude does to you because you left your husband. He treating them bad. Meanwhile, this man about to beat the hell out you.
Right.
Because you said you get off at 11 and you showed up to the house at 11:45 and your house 30 minutes away with traffic. He don't want to hear that. Go ahead.
When despairing men are stunned by recent divorce, it is common for them to be afraid to be alone. And so they rush into new relationships. Now we're getting somewhere. A man, I'm not saying for my brothers over here, I'm talking for them brothers out there. They're afraid to be alone. So therefore, they go out here and hit sisters up. 3-4 sisters on Facebook, they liking them, vibe, and boom, boom, boom. He ain't committed to nobody. Then another one come along and he just choose one he gonna commit to. Just because he committed to you, this brother still got other wives. You know why? Because the fact that what you done, afraid to be alone. He already built that time up. So when you leave, he's already prepared. And when I say prepared, I'm not saying on behalf of preparing for a breakup. It's just there. Because he already been through that hellhole with his wife, his ex-wife. So he know what they expect. Again, says a man chooses when he wants to get married and choose who get married. If a man wants to marry you, in Western society put a paperwork and wedding ring, but in the biblical text, if a man chooses to lay down with you and really lay down with you, then that's your husband. He chose to get married to you. But again, sex is a lustful demon that runs America. Porn industry is one of the biggest industries right now, right. The porn industry. So I understand when y'all sisters look at sex as just a casual sex, but it's more than that. Because AIDS and HIV is not casual. Claps, gonorrhea, the all of that stuff is not casual. It's not. So go ahead. The hurt from the divorce is never properly or professionally dealt with.
It's not properly or professionally dealt with. So he rushes into the new relationship. Sisters, that's sister empowerment. You think you're living your best life and all this, and meanwhile, you run off. This man jumped straight into a new relationship. He just tried to patch over that hurt or catch that void. You know what I'm saying? Because you chose to listen to Shaniqua or whatever the case may be, or the weed man, the plug, whatever y'all want to call it. He jumped into a relationship. He ain't even healed correctly. He just jumped over here, just not even for sex. He just for somebody who just gonna shut up and listen. Rub his scalp a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rub his neck and his shoulders because he be hurting. He went over here and did this too fast, and he ain't even have enough time to get his mind together. Or he ain't had enough time to prepare for him having to be on that child support or that alimony or none of that. He jumped straight over here. Go ahead.
Causing a new replacement relationships to be subsequently
fail. And a lot of sisters say, oh, she ain't better than me. He doing worse. Sis, don't you ever in your damn life brag because you left a man, he got with another man, he doing worse. You know what why you shouldn't brag? It's because for one, you was a virtuous woman. And you lean so heavy on women empowerment, and the scripture also says she is, she's simple. I think it says she's simple. That man's going through that because you were a simple, basic whore. He's going through that when he came over here because you left, and you're bragging on the fact that he's going through because you were so goddamn simple and basic. And you want to know how I know you were simple and basic? Because the simple fact that you feel that way when you left, but you still ain't there trying to fix. You ain't there trying to fix the damn situation. You're laughing at what he got going on when you're away, but what the hell did you do when you was here? Nothing. Huh?
Right.
You ain't did nothing. The best thing you could do if you left the man, let that man go cry in a hole somewhere. Why you gotta beat him down more than what you was? Because you would beat him down. You wasn't doing what the hell you was supposed to do when y'all was in a relationship. But you think you're doing something. Now it's gonna be a residual cycle if this shit ain't right, if this stuff ain't right because he with the next woman, and then she gonna think that he ain't ish either. Go ahead, Op.
Oh, that was it.
Go to the next section.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the reaching out for help.
Mm-hmm.
Divorced men, you will never regret reaching out for help.
Hold on. Divorced men, you will never regret reaching out for help. Because you know women do it. Go ahead.
If you are a man who feels intimidated by the concept of divorce and are not sure how to cope or structure your future, we will invite you to contact Collins.
No, clip that. I don't swear to clip that. Is it another category?
The ISUPK.
Hey, right. Called ISUPK.
Right.
That's my man. Is another category? Like with bold words?
That was the last one.
All right. That's what y'all gotta understand, sis. Just because it's women empowerment, you can leave what you want, and you could brag about, oh, I seen Tank Top Tony at the gas station. He was with some ill looking B or whatever the case may be. He ain't looking too good. Don't think you're doing better. Because 9 times out of 10, if he wasn't looking too good, it's because he was with you. And for you to run off like that shows how weak you are, because the simple fact that you got whatever you wanted, you did whatever you wanted to do, and you still find a bunch of reason to beat that man down. What you beat him down for? You gone. Shut the hell up and get on it and continue being the best you whore and the best life that you can on your hot girl summer. And when you got that hot girl summer and you bring that fire back to the house and burn everybody else, then okay. You accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. You destroy everybody goddamn life. But again, this reverts back to women empowerment. You got the time out? Just revert back to women empowerment.
8:47.
All right. This revert back to women empowerment. Let me know when it's 8:57. 8:57. That go back to women empowerment.
You still gonna do it?
For that preset?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let me get that Proverbs 22:6. Man, I got that coffee over there waiting on me. Hey, go ahead, eat that joint up. Oh.
It's still hot on that thing.
Gotta heat it up. Yeah.
You said Proverbs
22:6. I got it. Go ahead. I don't even. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go. So when you got kids, just for example, even though you train up the child with these scriptures, but when you train up a child the way they should go, you're like, for example, you'll tell your son, yo, cut the grass every 2 weeks. Or you'll tell your daughter, wash the clothes, every Friday, whatever the case may be. So you training that child up the way they should go. You don't want to tell your son, don't worry about the grass or cut the grass every year, and vice versa with the sister. You don't want to say, wait 3 weeks to wash clothes. And we all know in the black household, one thing you don't let pile up is clothes and dishes. You can let anything pile up, no matter if you're trash outside. You don't let them clothes and dishes pile up, at least in my household. You know what I'm saying? So, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when they get older and you training these sisters, to wash clothes and do certain things, just like the son, they understand. Like, okay, this was the best benefit. I see why mama and daddy said this. I see why granddaddy and grandmama said this. Just like when it comes to the scripture, train them up. Y'all fathers, tell your daughter, yo, don't go out there. Them boys, they only want one thing. They want one thing. If he wants you, tell him to come to ISUPK. He got to come in school. And even with the brothers, you tell them, good on, make sure that sister come in. Make sure that even with the sister, nah, baby, they got to come in. You train them up. So when they get older, they understand it. And when they get older and they come around on certain instances and they got that cross road to where they could choose to go forward, left or right, or just turn back, they're going to remember what mom and dad said. Take out that trash. Cut this. They're going to realize, like these laws, statutes, and commandments that you brought them to. If you did it the correct way, they will. And they'll realize they will not fall short. It's going to be a struggle. They might fall, but they won't fall short off of what they're trying to do. So you train, let me start from the top. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when that child get old, that father and that mother, when they got chaps, they little children and everything, and then they got their little grand chaps and all that grandchildren, whatever, they gonna feed that same knowledge. Like, nah, don't, baby, put some clothes on. Go wash up, take out the trash, go do this, do that. Nah, you shouldn't, don't eat that pork. Don't do this. To put some clothes on, no. And they gonna get older. And when they get older, the generation gonna keep going. But the thing is, cause even with my generation, I ain't gonna say no name, even with my generation, one of the men who raised me, you know what happened?
What's that?
He told my sister, date everybody. You ain't gotta sleep around, date everybody. But then when I'm not dropping no name, but when I look at it now as I'm coming up in this truth, that was the wrong advice. Reason being is because of the simple fact that you can do whatever. You can have a husband as long as you ain't dealing with them. But you can't have a husband and you're still entertaining and talking to these folks. That was the wrong. So she wasn't being trained up right as a child, but it was a good example because that's something they instilled in her to do. Now it's like, you got God best friend. Yeah, let me get that. Oh, you got God best friends. You doing this, you doing that. But then in the same sense, you got a husband. Like, she wasn't trained up right. Because a lot of y'all parents 45, 50, 55, 60 years old, they ain't got no guy best friends, no girl best friend. They know people from back in the day, but they don't say best friend. They ain't doing, how many is 3? Yeah, let me get 3. Yeah, they ain't out here doing whatever. They ain't, they just say that's who it is. But like I said, when you train them up as a child, they not going to depart from it. But that was a good example and a bad example. I just want to show y'all what it was. You got time check?
8:52.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Nah, you good, you good. All right, we got Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply sorrow and in the conception. So the definition of sorrow is, a feeling, distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune, suffering. And conception, conceive of children. So it's going to be a lot of suffering on giving birth, sis. You're going to suffer giving birth. So when it comes to women empowerment, you give birth for a reason. And let me continue. In sorrow shall bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Since your desire shall be to that husband that you laid down with.
Right.
Not women empowerment saying I can do whatever I want. Your whole desire should be that man that you laying with. Like that's how it should be. The man that you laying with, that should be your desire. You should hunger for your husband. You should want your husband to come home. The same way you feel some type of way and you despise the fact that he go run to the other reel because she's just so great and dandy, you should desire to do the thing. So, not saying go in competition with her, you should try to elevate yourself and put yourself in a position to where you could be empowered. And in just every single moment you get an opportunity. You should desire your husband and he shall rule over you. Rule over you. He is your authority. If he say shut up, shut up.
Right.
If he say, baby, don't do it, sweetheart, sweet face, sugar, whatever, don't do it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? got, all of us got different slang for our reels and stuff like that. Hey, don't judge me. Don't judge me. But yeah, like, shut up. He rules over you. And I understand everybody got to get their point across, but you're not right all the time, just like he ain't right all the time. But he ruled over you. Let me read from the top again. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow in conception. So it's going to be pain in that childbirth. Now, another thing for you worldly sisters, y'all lay down with these men and y'all go through damn hell y'all almost lose your life in that emergency room to give birth for a beautiful child. For that man that you just slept with for a little bit of weed. Why don't you submit to that man? If you almost died. You almost died giving birth. And you don't even want to submit to the man that almost helped kill you. And he put the seed in you, but you almost died. You don't even want to submit to him. And thou shalt bring forth children, and thou shalt and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Your desire should be to your husband. Ain't no man greater than your husband but Yahweh Shah.
Right.
No man, it don't matter if it's a goddamn Chris Brown and you sleeping out of box. It don't matter if it's a goddamn Jay-Z, Cam Newton, Floyd Mayweather, and you sleeping out a damn shoe with a hole in your boot. Your desire should be to your husband. Your husband should be the greatest man that walk in the land until Christ, Yahweh Shah come back. No man, you should desire that. You should desire and lust for that man that put his hands on you, not physically, but that way. Right. Intimately. You should desire for that man to want to lay up with you, hold you. You know what I'm saying? Be home, rub your feet, kiss on your cheeks and your forehead. You should desire that. You should desire that man to just come home and be like, baby, I'm home, smiling. Just candlelight, roses, just chocolates, all type of stuff. Flowers at work. You should desire that. But it comes with empowering yourself under him and being that sister and that white Proverbs 31 sister that you're supposed to be. Be that virtuous woman of high standards. And he shall rule over you. Desire him to rule over you. Desire that. If you desire him to rule over you, he will rule over you and he will empower you to the utmost. He will empower you to the utmost. You will be in that place in your mind that you thought you would never be with the weed man or tank top Tony. You got that preset? For the sister?
Come.
Uh-huh.
Isaiah.
Hey, sis, Bria, this for you right here.
Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 3:24.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, like something to smell good, go ahead. There shall be a stink.
It should be a stink. Go ahead.
And instead of a girdle rent, and instead of a well set hair, baldness.
Baldness. Go ahead.
And instead of a stomacher.
No, read up on a little higher on the precept. Go like 2 precepts up.
Come. Verse 22. A changeable suits of apparel and mantles and wimples and crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. That was too good.
All right.
And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink.
It'll be a stench. Go ahead.
And instead of a girdle rent, and instead of a well set hair, baldness.
It'll be baldness. Go ahead.
And instead of a stomacher, and a girdling sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
That's it?
There's a little bit, 2 more verses.
Dang, I need my phone. Matter of fact, let me pull it.
Oh, I got it. Verse 17. Therefore the Lord shall smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Read that from that part right there again.
Come. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
The same way you actually, when you look at an actual scab, when you scuff your knee or something like that, that's right on the edge. And not saying real life grind your head on there, you know, you got a scab. But that all that's going. Even down to the perms they give. You leave perms in too long, you get the scab. Go ahead.
Right. And the Lord will discover their secret parts.
What's their secret parts?
They privacy.
See?
They
See? So the Lord, he's going to show a stench. If you know what that stench is.
Right.
Hey! Slug, sis, slug. Hey, you funny, man. You funny, slug. Let me get it together. But yeah, so in a private part. So, you know, that's just two of the things that the Lord did was, you know, smite your edge with the scab and discover the private parts. Hey, what time check on that? Because I could break that precept down a little more to you, sis. I know you asked for the baldness of the edges or whatever, but put it in the chat just to keep me reminded, and then I'm going to just break it down. You know what I'm saying? But, slacky. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, one more, y'all. Ecclesiastes is 36 and 24. All right. This right here going to close it out.
Ecclesiastes 36 and 24.
Uh-huh.
She said, come. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
If a man put his rod in you, you are now his possession. And the sisters in the world, they play hard to get. They play hard to get for whatever the case may be. But if that man that worked and he worked in the process of playing hard to get, and you gave it to him, sis, you are his wife. And if you refute that, then you're a whore. Because why have him play hard to get if you're not even going to be his wife? If a man gets the wife, you know what I'm saying, he got us a possession. You belong to him. You're his property. You're his property. And you should desire that.
Right.
Go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
A help. Just like in Genesis, what is 2, the Genesis, it was in the 2 and it was 2 and 16 or something like that. Something close to that. You're a help me. You're a help me. A help like unto itself. You're a help me. You should not feel no type of way about being a help me. It's okay, sis. A man has to be the head at all times. It is a day in and day out job, 365 days a year.
Right.
That's just his job. Be that help me 365 days a year is no problem. It's just a title. It's just what the Lord ordained. That's our job. We're hired for it. Go ahead. It's like
And a pillar of rest.
be a pillar of rest. Be a pillar of rest. Man, make that man feel right, man. Just be a pillar of rest. Shut all that up. You know, sis. But when it comes to this women empowerment, I know all sisters, they in it for a different reason. And I know it goes from the views of, you know, saying more benefits at work, making a little more money, you know, have a little more rights on behalf of what they can say. That's all right. I'm all with that. I don't knock none of my sisters. Get your money, sis, the right way. But then now when it comes to the point of giving y'all more tools to utilize to make yourself better, you feel like this and that, you don't need a man, that's when I'm against it. You know what I'm saying? And just to sum it up all the way together, I don't support that just because there's a lot of women out here that's whores and they taking the good benefits that y'all could be getting out of it and using it for the bad and
Right.
taking the bad. But again, it's because of pressure. It ain't because of y'all. But as a black man, I gotta say something. I'm a black, Hispanic, Native Indian sister. I gotta say something. 'Cause if I don't say nothing, more of my sisters gonna fail.
Right.
And a lot of them saying, "Oh, black folks need to stick together. We need to do this and that." Now I'm sticking together. You gonna turn your back on me in my face, or you gonna be like, "Damn, he got a point." Everything he said came off hard copy. It ain't came off personality, you know, or personal preference or how you feel about it. That brother right. Let me give him something.
Right.
It's like y'all just saying that, but yeah. It's right though. But with that, you know, I'm about to close this class out. Stay tuned for part 3. I'm unsure if I'm going part 3, but I feel as if I should. You know, I'm not sure yet. Good. Any comments on that? Ain't nothing whatsoever. All right. Shalom. ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for brother and sister. When a brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teachers will arrange it. If after 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she should get permission. He or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is 6 months which a brother and sister will court each other. After these 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocation. We got Passover, the 14th day of the first month, Friday, April 15, 2022. Exodus 12:1-51, Leviticus 23:4-5, 1 Corinthians 5:7-8, and 2 Chronicles 30:17. Reminder of Akim, Salakia. If you ain't black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are not welcome. Period. If you ain't at the Passover with the ISUPK in Cocoa Beach, Florida, at April 15th, it is not of the Lord. It is not ordained of the Lord. It is nothing dealing with the Lord. Period. Reminder of Akim and Agwathiam to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.